Hi, everyone. Welcome along to the Happy Hustle Show. It is Monday, the 6th of December. Festiveness going on here. It is almost Christmas. I am super excited this week because it is the week of our Happy Side Hustle Hive Christmas party. If you're not in the Happy Hustle Hive, I highly recommend that you join. On Thursday night, we are having a Zoom Christmas party. There is going to be Christmas traditions chat. There are going to be games. There is going to be a quiz, and we are going to get to know each other, like actual face to face. We're going to talk to each other. There's some incredible women in there. Hi, Sheila, including Sheila, that you honestly you couldn't pick a better group of people to spend an evening with. So that is on Thursday, hence the festiveness. Feeling very, very festive this week. I know for a lot of you that you will be absolutely full on if you've got a product-based side hustle that has anything that can be made into a gift. I know that you will be super busy at the moment. If you've got a service-based side hustle and you can make gift vouchers and promote those, do it, because you can sell those if you're just going to email them right the way up to Christmas Eve. There is still, I know you're probably tired and I know you probably have loads to organize for your own Christmas, but we need to keep going. We need to keep pushing because there's a lot more opportunity for sales. There's a lot more money in the ether now than there will be in January when you will be rested. So we're just going to push through and we're going to do what we need to do to get the sales that we want to get. I want to talk to you a little bit about ending 2021 with a bang and planning for 2022. When things calm down for you, and if that's not yet, I want you to consider these questions maybe over the Christmas period. But I want you to think about, what have you done this year that has worked really well? And what have you done this year that hasn't worked so well? It's really important to reflect on these. In fact, I'm meeting my business bestie, and we're doing a bit of a kind of review and planning day on Friday. And this is exactly the structure that we're going to use. So we're going to look at what's worked well, what's brought us joy, but what's also brought us the customers, what's brought us the business, what things have really taken off within our businesses, within our side hustles over the last year. And what things are you doing that just don't seem to be having so much of an impact? Because when we keep refining that and keep refining that, and the amount of time that you have available is spent on the stuff that really moves the needle, that really makes the difference, then it gets easier. The whole journey gets easier. At the beginning, you have to kind of try a lot of the things to work out which ones work best for you. I'm really aware that these are very wobbly. But once you work that out, of course, that will evolve and you'll change, want to try new things. But when you know exactly what pushes your side hustle forward, then just taking that small amount of time that you have available every day and making sure that part of the time is used on that thing, you know that you're going to have that constant growth. In the Happy Hustle Hive on the 30th of December, we're going to have a planning session where we're going to do this together. So we're going to reflect on the year. We're going to work out what worked well, what didn't work well. We're also going to think about for next year, because one of the common challenges that people have with the side hustle is that they don't have enough time. People feel like they don't have enough time, and I get it. I feel like that sometimes myself. To make sure that you're using your time in a way that's going to move your side hustle forward in 2022, it's important to not only think about what you're going to do, but also what are you going to say no to in 2022? That feels really empowering to me, that question. Like, what have you done in 2021 that you're just going to cut out in 2022? Like, what can you go instead of like a New Year resolution where you're cutting out, I don't know, alcohol or smoking or chocolate or whatever it is. How about the New Year resolution is cutting out something that just really isn't serving you in your side hustle? So something that maybe you just really don't enjoy. like it has. So this is where I always use the example of accounts. I don't really like. I like looking at my accounts when things are going well. I don't like the detail of trying to work out, the analytics of them all, where everything's come from and stuff, which is why I pay somebody to do that now. But so you can't just go, oh, I'm not going to submit any accounts to HMRC, just for clarity. But there are things that I have definitely done over my 10 years of really proper official side hustling. There are definitely things that I've spent quite a lot of time on that I didn't really enjoy and didn't really move the needle on my side hustle. So those are the things. Oh, hi, Nicola. Lovely to see you. Those are the things that you really want to just cross off your list, because every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. I mean, that is just serious, like foundations of time management. So there's probably things that you're saying yes to that you don't need to do in 2022. So let's really think carefully about, what are we going to say no to? Because how empowering does that feel? A list of things that are just definite no's in 2022. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing those things. And feng shui, freeing up the time that was spent doing those things, then releases time for you to spend on the things that you love and the things that are going to move forward, particularly with marketing your side hustle. Another thing that we are going to talk about in the plan along, but you can have a think about yourself in the meantime, is your word for the year. I'm a real advocate of having a word for the year. And when you decide, and that word is around how you want to feel as opposed to what you want to achieve, because ultimately everything boils down to the feeling. So what you want to achieve still comes back to the feeling. So say you want to pay off a credit card that's kind of been hanging over you, and you feel like, oh, I feel like a little bit, just it feels a bit negative, feels a bit heavy. Your goal might be to raise £5,000 or whatever the amount is. So your goal might be that. But if your word for the year is something around achieve or, reach that goal, it's still, although it's focusing you, it's still not getting to the feeling, because what do you want? What do you actually want? You want that, probably feel in that situation, you probably want that feeling of freedom, that feeling that there is no debt. There's nothing there. There's nothing to burden you. There's nothing to, make you kind of feel heavy anymore. So in that particular situation, your word for the year in 2022 might be freedom. And when you choose that word, that is the word that you use to make all your decisions. And the joy of that is that sometimes the way you'll get that freedom will not necessarily be raising all that money through your side hustle. There might be a different path, a different way that it happens. And having that word helps you to create a chain of decisions that get you there. So that one probably takes a little bit more explaining and a little bit of coaching around how to come up with a word that does specifically that. But that is what I'm going to share with you in the plan along on the 30th of December. So for those of you in the Hive, Nicola and Sheila, who I can see are listening here and commenting, we're going to be doing that on the 30th of December. Of course, it will be available on Catch Up, because 30th of December, who knows what kind of plans are going on with everybody for Christmas. Might start with the obvious and make it about joy. Yeah, mine's been joy for ages, Nicola, and I honestly, it's a goal changer. It's an absolute, yeah, it's a goal changer. So yeah, you can mull that over, and then you can decide on the 30th, or kind of when you rewatch, if you're not around on the 30th, Nikki. But what I want to say to everybody is, we're getting to that time where, as orders start to calm down, which won't be yet, depending on how much international stuff you do, but will happen over the next, well, maybe 10 days, probably, you're going to have a little bit of downtime where things are going to be quieter, because not many people are buying programs, services, or products right on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, like that. There's still sales, of course, but it calms down. So I want you to review. So to recap what I've been talking about here, I want you to review what has happened over the last 12 months, what's working for you and what's not. I want you to think about, what are you absolutely saying no to in 2022? And also, what's going to be the word that is going to guide your decisions, that is going to, the word that you're aiming to feel, that emotion that you really want to feel. And if everybody wants it to be joy, fantastic. Like, I highly, highly recommend it. So think about those three things. So what's your review? What's working for you and what's not? What are you absolutely saying no to in 2022? And what is your word? If you would like me to guide you through that process, so you set yourself up for the year, you create your vision board, you create your word, you set yourself your goals, and you work out exactly the actions that you're going to need to take daily to achieve it, then join the Hive. I was going to sell the visioning kind of plan along separately for £27, but it really doesn't feel ethical to me, because you can join the Hive for 1 month and get it for £27. And then you can decide, you can just cancel your membership after the month if you don't think the Hive is worth it. I assure you it is. So when you join, it is like an ongoing monthly payment, but there's no tie-in. You can cancel at any time. But if you were to join now and the doors are open, hpy.tips/Hive, you would get not only the Christmas party on Thursday night, you would also get the plan along session within your month, as well as access to all of the past training, everything that's within the vault, and the beeline that will help you to work out exactly where you are in your side hustle journey and what you need to do next, along with the community and all these incredible women that are in the Hive. hpy.tips/Hive, £27. Honestly, it would be the absolute best Christmas present you could ask someone to buy for you, or you could give your future side hustle self. Have fun reviewing your year. Have fun setting your goals. If you choose not to join us in the Hive, have fun setting your goals for 2022, but go for it. Work out how you want to feel and make it happen. Consciously create your life. Okay, take care. Enjoy your class, Nicola. Thank you for joining me. Bye, Sheila. Bye, everyone.